wanted to give my take on what's going on right now in the world with the coronavirus. I was thinking about, the best analogy for me, or not even an analogy, but my experience, and then also my experience with this work, which is, it seems a lot of the fear right now is coming because we can't see this virus. Like, this is something that's sweeping across the world, and that it's fear invoking because, yes, of course, it's, people are dying and they're sick, but also because we can't see it, which is a whole nother topic about the work that I do, the energy body, the etheric body, and we can't see our wounds, our emotional wounds, until they turn into physical illnesses most of the time. So, but for me, in my experience of what's going on right now, it's a little bit frustrating. I mean, maybe not frustrating, but, as a paramedic, for instance, every single day, 24 hours for the day, I was witness to what other people would do to each other and what emotional wounds were causing people to do to each other, right? Whether it was shooting or overdosing or stabbing. I mean, things that the general population is not privy to, right? But they were still happening, like mental illness from emotional wounds creates a lot of death and a lot of pain. We see mass shootings. We see all kinds of stuff in neighborhoods that nobody cares to know about every single day that are killing thousands and thousands and thousands of people because emotional wounds are running people. And it's reaching a fever pitch. The need for healing is so obvious. This is a man-made virus. You want to think about what level of pain or woundedness does somebody or a group of people need to be in order to be provoked to do such a thing, right? And we're so deep in the midst of what's happening that we're not thinking about what is this trying to show us? What is this calling us to do? Because we're seeing now, people being kind to each other, which we should do every single day. We're seeing more compassion, which we should do every single day. We're spending more time with our family. We're taking walks. We're checking in on people who are alone, and that stuff should happen every single day, whether or not we're locked in the house because there's some thing that we can't see sweeping through. And I'm saying this with, respect for people's fear. I don't mean to lessen the fear, because I understand. I'm here, I'm experiencing it. But what I'm saying is, if we could start looking at what is it showing us about ourselves, if this is bringing up the need for healing. This is bringing up the need to recognize other people's pain, to show love and compassion and not judgment, and don't further people's wounds. Don't, step on somebody's head to get to somewhere above them. So for me, I worry a lot about the people who have to be alone. And it's not just because I'm worried about suicide, and I'm worried about, of course, just the act of being alone, but also we're so used to, instead of sitting in our pain with our wounds, and this is everybody, right? If you're in a body on the planet, you have wounds to heal, and that's really just the truth. And when we start accepting that to be the truth, and we start getting curious about what we can do about it, what do we need to do to heal? What is it that we need to heal? Instead of shoving it down and tamming it down and busying ourselves, from waking moment till we go to sleep at night, so that we don't have to face ourselves or take a look at how we're contributing to ourselves, to our own lives in a real way. Because this human being stuff is not, we're in a human being body so that we can heal, so that we can live a life purpose. But we don't think enough about that. And we need to become more committed to what our life journey is about. Why are we here? What are the wounds that we signed up to heal? How can I be in service? How can I be in service to humanity, to healing, to transcending, right? Because when we heal our wounds, we transcend. That's the whole point of coming into a human body, is we agree to heal our wounds, and wounds need to be created, right? So all the wounds that are created are here on our behalf. Because when we heal our wounds, we start vibrating higher. Our soul transcends. And what's going on right now on the planet is that we can see that as a collective, we're all vibrating pretty low. Doesn't mean we're all, but as a whole, this is where we're vibrating. To have this level of illness show up on the planet in order to get our attention, I hope is getting our attention. And I hope that we can all start being more self-responsible and looking to how we can contribute, and how can we spend more time with our family. How can we make that matter even when this is over? How can we make connection and compassion matter more than anything else? Because that's what this is calling us to do, is to heal ourselves, to start asking, what is our life purpose about? How can I contribute on the planet in a different way, in a way that my soul signed up to do? Because you did. We all did. I did. You did. Everybody around you did. There is no one exempt from it here on the planet. We didn't come here just to hang out. So it's a wake-up call. It's a super harsh wake-up call. And, again, we don't start paying attention until things show up in a physical way. Because if we can't see it, we can ignore it. Well, we certainly can't ignore this one. And we can't ignore how many wounded people there are running around on the planet, how much pain is already on the planet everywhere. It's just because we don't know about it, or it's not in our own family, or it's not in our town, or it's not in our state, or it's not in our country, then it's not real. But that's not the truth. We're all suffering. We need to care about each other. We need to care about our own journey far more than we're doing. The state of the whole world, the state of the United States, and is not a political statement to say, but these things don't happen because people are acting out of a healthy state. It's a shit show because it's trying to get our attention. Everything's a shit show right now because we're supposed to wake up. So when this blows over, or however you want to look at it, I'm going to hold the space and pray that everyone starts being responsible for their vibration, for their healing, and for each other, basically. Love people even if you don't know them. Care about them even if you don't know them, because they're on the same planet trying to accomplish the same things, which is life purpose and healing. That's it.